The waterfront project is 860 units at the waterfront on the south side of West Point Road on the north side of One Cove Creek. This project was established, the zoning was changed in 2004. The contract was written in 2003, I believe, and it morphed until 2005 before it took off, so it's up to 860. The unit count stays the same. The heights are down. Originally it was 3 16-story buildings with 2 8-story buildings in between. That's over 64 stories of height, spread out. Now it's 4 buildings, a 12-story on the front, a 12-story on the back, a 10-story, and mostly 4 over one story of parking. So the heights come down considerably. There are more public amenities than before. There were more open space. There weren't even bathrooms at the end to welcome people who might want to go to the waterfront. Now there's a boardwalk, there's a pavilion, there's parking spaces for you to eat lunch like you might want to do today. So it's a much more evolved product as far as welcoming public. Before it was just a gated community without the gate. There was a binding contract as well. The big change that has caused a lot of discussion recently was the change of the rental mix versus owner mix. It was 79 owner, 21 rental before. Now it's 65 rental, 35, and those are bookends. That's not what it's going to be. This is a 7 to 10 year build out. And by the way, one of Mr. Mealy's running mates, John Hanley, has been sitting on the CDA for 2 years. He was part of all the marketing study discussions. He had the opportunity to ask questions. He had the opportunity to challenge all this information I had access to, the other board members too. And he voted, it was voted unanimously for the new conceptual site plan. So it's not like this stuff, again, there were public meetings besides. So these things are not done in the back room or in the closet in the dark of night. These were right over, one of his running mates was right there with him watching it. So.
I wrote Mr. Henry with the CDA, your IDA and your CDA approved the number of units, what you did. You did that in 2008, right after you told us you were going to reduce the number of units by bringing Mr. Reckler into the deal. You ran in 2005 on the premise that this project would not be developed unless it was done so in accordance with the character of this city. He said he would throw down grass seed on that 50 acres if it wasn't. 2007, he brought Mr. Reckler to the deal. He told us it was going to bring about a reduction in the size of the project, in the number of units. It was in Newsday, I'm not making this up. And right after he got re-elected, that project was approved by Mayor Suarez's IDA. Now look at it. We're talking about a project that's just as big, just as many units as it ever was, and now 65% are going to be rentals. All that we built in the first 2 phases. And they're maintaining flexibility to increase it to 1,120 units. And we're going to give them the okay? I don't think so.
The new law, Mr. Neal, the first one, has no such thing about reducing the number of units, though I would have liked that. The 2008 conceptual site plan took almost a year to do. When I brought Reckler in, we took a tour of the city. We went to the orchard, we went to the landing, we went to Morgan Island, showed them the whole town, try to be sure that they reflected some character in the community, shows our diverse community, wonderful community. The 1120 he talks about. In New York State law, you have to look at alternates in the environmental impact statement. They have the right to build 860 by binding contract, but the zoning allows for 1120. So New York State forces the professionals and the planning board